everyone, welcome to my channel Crochet Rainbows and Butterflies. Today we're going to learn how to crochet these Easter bunny coasters. For this tutorial I have used crochet hook 3mm. You can use any crochet yarn, but for this tutorial I'm using crochet 4-ply cotton yarn and I've used 3 colors. So let's get started. We begin with a slip knot. And once you have your slip knot, you chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After you complete your chain of 5, you work a slip stitch in the first chain right here. Now we're going to start the first row. We're going to work the first puff stitch. You pull up this loop, yarn over, insert your hook into the ring that you made, yarn over, pull up a loop, that's 1. Again, yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over, pull up your loop, that's 2. Again, 3 and 4. Now you yarn over, pull through all the loops that's on your hook, chain 1 to complete your puff stitch and chain 1 again. We've completed the first puff stitch. We're going to work 5 more in the ring. So you yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop nice and long, and you need to repeat that 4 times again. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yarn over, pull through all the loops, chain 1 to complete your puff stitch and chain 1 again. We'll work the next one. Yarn over, pull up your loop, and then you pull up 4 loops. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yarn over, pull through all the loops, chain 1 to complete the puff stitch and chain 1 again. We've made 3 puff stitches. You need to work 3 more. After you complete working 6 puff stitch, you need to work a slip stitch right on top of the first puff stitch. Right here you need to find a stitch and work a slip stitch right into that. Now we're going to start the next row. For the next row, you first need to work a slip stitch in the chain space that's right here next to the puff stitch in this space. And now we're going to work the first puff stitch in that chain space. So you pull up your loop, yarn over, count 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 1 and chain 1 again. You work the second puff stitch into the same chain space. Pull up your loop and you count 1, 2, 3 and 4. Complete your puff stitch, chain 1 to complete your puff stitch and chain 1 again. Now we're going to skip the stitch that's on top of the next puff stitch, and directly in the next chain space here, right here in between the 2 puff stitches, in that space you're going to work 2 puff stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 1 and you chain 1 again in the same space. 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 1 to complete your puff stitch and chain 1 again. Now this is a pattern you need to follow for the rest of this row. After you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch on top of the puff stitch, the first puff stitch of the row. Now we're going to start the next row. For that, again, you work a slip stitch in the chain space. We'll work our first puff stitch here. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 to complete your puff stitch and chain 1 again. You work the second puff stitch in the same space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 to complete your stitch and chain 1 again. In the first space we work 2 puff stitch. Now in the second space you need to work 1. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 and chain 1 again. Now in the next space you need to work 2 puff stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 to complete your stitch, chain 1 again. In the same space you work 1 more. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 to complete your stitch, chain 1 again. Now in the next space again you work 1 puff stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 to complete your stitch and chain 1 again. Now you need to repeat this pattern. So we started with 2 puff stitch, then you work 1, then 2 puff stitch, then you work 1, again 2 puff stitch and then 1. Continue working this pattern till you reach the end of this row. After you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch right on top of the first puff stitch. Now for the next row, again you work a slip stitch in the chain space and we're starting with the first puff stitch right there. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 and chain 1 again. In the same space you work your second puff stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 and chain 1 again. Now in the next space you work 1 puff stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 and chain 1 again. In the next space again you work 1 puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1 and chain 1 again. Now in the next space you need to work 2 puff stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. chain 1 and chain 1 again. Work one more in the same space. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 1 and chain 1 again. Now we started with 2 puff stitches, then we worked 1 puff stitch, 1 puff stitch and 2 puff stitches. Now you need to repeat this pattern. After you work your 2 puff stitches here, you continue with 1 puff stitch, in the next space 1 puff stitch, and in the next space 2 puff stitches. Then again you continue 1 puff stitch, 1 puff stitch, 2 puff stitches. So continue working this pattern till you reach the end of this row. After you complete your row, you need to join it with a slip stitch right on top of the first puff stitch of your row. And now you chain 1 and cut your yarn. Now we are going to work the ears of the bunny. I'm going to show you how to make one, and following the same pattern you need to work one more. So we're going to start right here. You completed your stitch right here. In this chain space we're going to join the yarn and you chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now in the third stitch from your hook, you do not count the one that's on your hook. You start counting from here 1, 2 and 3. In the third stitch you work 1 half double crochet. Now to work a half double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now you work 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And now you need to continue working your half double crochets till you reach the last stitch on this side. After you complete working your half double crochets, you need to work a slip stitch into the same chain space like this. Now we're going to work the half double crochets on this side. For that you turn your work, you work a slip stitch into the same chain space, turn your work again, and now we start working half double crochets on this side. You start with the first stitch right here. It's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in the last stitch right here you work 2 half double crochets. That's 1 and that's 2. Now you work a slip stitch into the first half double crochet, chain 1 and cut your yarn. Now for the next row you need to join your yarn on top of the puff stitch right here. After you join your yarn, we're going to start working in these stitches, and you need to work 1 double crochet in 8 stitches. Start counting from this stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. After you complete working 8 double crochets, in the next 3 stitches you need to work 2 double crochets in each of them. We start with the first one, 2 double crochets, so that's 1 and 2. In the next stitch, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and in the next stitch 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So we worked 3 stitches with 2 double crochets in each of them. Now for the next stitches, you need to work 1 double crochet in each stitch. So continue working 1 double crochet in each stitch till you reach right up till here. After you complete working your double crochets, you need to work a slip stitch right on top of the next puff stitch here, right here. You work a slip stitch. Now you chain 1 and cut your yarn. Now with the same pattern of the first here, you need to work 1 more right here. You need to leave 3 chain spaces in between, 1, 2 and 3, and in the 4th chain space you need to use the same pattern and work the second here. Now we're working the last round. The last round is 1 single crochet in each stitch. So we're going to join our yarn right here next to this here in the chain space. You work 1 single crochet in that stitch. Now 1 single crochet in the next stitch right here. And now we're going to work around the ear. So 1 single crochet in each stitch. I've completed working 1 single crochet around the ear. Now you need to work 1 single crochet right on top of the puff stitch. One single crochet in the chain space. Now continue working 1 single crochet in each stitch, that is on top of the puff stitch and each chain space till you reach the next here. And now again you work 1 single crochet around the next here. Once you complete working 1 single crochet around the ear, you work a single crochet in the puff stitch first and then the chain space. Now the puff stitch, chain space. You just need to work 1 single crochet in each stitch till you reach right up till here. After you complete your row, you need to join it with the slip stitch right here into the first single crochet. Now you chain 1 and cut your yarn. We've completed working the Easter Bunny coasters. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and happy crocheting.